these little technical and get through it. It's all right. So, Charlene, how have you been?
I am honored, blessed, and so happy because it's like my energy blowed off when you were the text. I did not mean to send you my energy of lack of tech, but I'm so happy and blessed and just really humble to be here.
Yes,
Great way
because
to open up, right?
right, because we here, and having those moments of vulnerability is very important to have. And actually, it's like, how do we deal with that? And first off, I have to say, thank you so much for coming through. You have always been such a guiding light for many. And I have to say, for my first time even meeting you and communicating with you through Vern, you got to give a shout out to Vern,
Yes.
through all of the things that we've been dealing with. It's been such a blessing to have you, in my life during this time frame. And I just want to say thank you first.
And I want to say thank you as well. Even though the time frame has not been long, you're one of those people I instantly felt connected to. I just knew that we are going to begin a great relationship. Don't know where it's going to take us, but I feel it's something fantastic, birthed in our friendship and our communication with each other. So I'm really honored, beautiful soul. Thank you. Thank you.
Most welcome. So, for a lot of people who are like, my audience is brand new to, you as a whole and you as a person and also your energy. What is it that, or what habit that you found has been most beneficial to you in your life this year?
This year, patience. Taking time out to really just breathe and gain clarity on the things that I would love because a lot of changes happened for me this year as far as career and and for a lot of us a career is like a major thing. So on that journey in that path I had to kind of reshuffle the deck and really take a step back and analyze my life and decide where I want to go and gain clarity on that. And the process was not exactly easy because when you get to a certain age, you feel like, okay, not pressured or anything, but you feel like, okay, it's time to make some big boy or big girl decisions. What is it I would love to do with my life? Especially if you're multifaceted and you have so many gifts that you would love to share with the world and you're not sure how to really share them all in a way that doesn't exhaust you and in a way that's a blessing to others. So I'm still actually in the process of really dissecting how to put it all together to make Charlene this one, entity that can give all that I'm here to give without exhausting me or without confusing anyone, if that makes sense to you.
It
So,
does.
patience, clarity, and just taking time to really tap into me.
Yeah. And in 2024, it's been 4 years since being isolated, I guess you could say, as a society, and bringing back that connectiveness and wholeness is very important. Um, and so, how are you able to bring that sense of peace and understanding to those who are around you that you haven't seen in a long time?
Hmm. I'm just going to take it back a little bit, going back to the pandemic itself, because, well, I probably shouldn't say that on YouTube, but that event,
Yes.
I was in a horrible space. I was scared. I was terrified. It was hard for me. My mental capacity was really fluxing up all over the place. And I had to really tap into my inner strength, my inner peace before I could give it to anyone. I had to find myself again. I was afraid to go see family. And for me, that's hard because I'm a family person. I love being able to hug my mom. I was devastated. It took a hard toll on me. I'm not going to lie. But wonderful things were birthed out of that. I started YouTube. And as I began to share, because that's something that I've been wanting to do, and I just never really had the push to do it. But after I regained my strength and I wanted to share with others how to stay well, how to maintain mental clarity, that kind of gave me the push after I went through the darkness. And I finally got to that space where, okay, I'm comfortable. I got my strength back and my mindset. Then I was able to help others and speak to others, through the whole mess of what's going on. To be honest, I don't think I needed to give my family members any kind of counseling because they were all braver than me. They were all stronger than me. I'm telling you,
Mm.
they were the ones kind of there for me, like, hey, you're not coming out. I'm like, no. I did not even go to my aunt's funeral. And she was like a mother to me, and that hurt a whole lot. And I had to forgive myself for that because it meant a lot to me. She was like another mother to me. And the fact that I didn't have the courage to go to that because of my fear, I had to forgive myself because I also had to realize I did what was best for me at that time because I had to protect my mental space. Being someone that had a mental breakdown years ago, I know what can lead me there. And I couldn't go out there knowing that, oh my God, this thing is out there and I'm not comfortable if we breathe the same air. I was really a mess. I'm telling you. So I
Mm.
had to gain my mind and my strength. And for anyone out there that been through that, you know what I'm talking about. Hopefully you're not going through that anymore. If you're not going through it, if you are, I'll be happy to help you with what I went through and how I got through it. I hope
Yeah.
that's your question. I don't know. I kind of went around.
Oh, no, it's perfect because a lot of us right now, when it comes to our finances, we do feel that we are stressed and that we are alone, especially when we're the first ones in our journey in our families,
Hmm.
to embark on this journey of re educating ourselves and really breaking down the things that we were taught to
Hmm.
realize, like, hey, this isn't how it has to be, but these people, the people in our lives had chose that lifestyle, that we don't have to choose that same lifestyle. And having that full understanding is one of the things that, the reason why I ask you that is like, how do you ground yourself in the time of chaos, in the time of loneliness? But you also do like a great breathing technique. If you don't mind going through that with us right now, if you don't mind.
Oh, sure, not at all. For me, right, I'm a certified breathologist, and that's something that I did after the pandemic, and that's something that really helped me. I did not realize how powerful our breath is.
Mm.
We take it for granted because we do it naturally. Most of us, some of us, we know, you have trouble breathing, but for those of us that do it naturally, it's not a second thought. But you can use your breath to reset yourself, to charge your energy up, to heal yourself, to calm yourself, to lower high blood pressure, to reduce your waistline. There's so many things that you can use the breath for. Gain more oxygen in your cells, nourish your body. So, what kind of breathing? There's so many different breathing
Okay.
techniques. Are you looking for something relaxing?
I need something relaxing because dealing with like the business, dealing with like just day to day life, and
Okay.
everything is all over the place.
Okay. So here's the scenario, guys, listening in the chat. I love to everyone hearing my voice. A lot of you may be busy doing everything but taking care of yourself. So right now, I invite you to please don't close your eyes if you're driving. But when you have a moment and you're not driving and it's safe to close your eyes, I invite you to just close your eyes, relax, and just think of the things you're feeling. Pay attention to what you're feeling right now in your vibration. Is it nervousness? Is it overwhelmed? Is it anxiety? Is it, I have so much to do and not enough time to get it done? I invite you to just release it and just come to that space of all is well, I'm whole, and everything is happening in divine order. I don't have to rush to get things done. I don't have to exhaust myself. Take a deep breath, let it all go. In through the nose and out through the mouth. And if you could hold that breath for maybe at least 3 seconds before you release it, and as you go through the process, increase that whole time. Maybe the next time you do it, hold 4 seconds, next time 5, and then you release. depending on the kind of day you're having or the day you had. You may not do a decent breath like Anthony, like you might go, oh, and that's okay.
Okay.
Sometimes we gotta really release it, get
Yeah.
in that gut. And remember, when you're breathing in, you want to expand your diaphragm, your belly, let it get bigger because you're taking in as much oxygen as you can. Picture
Now I
that
look like I got a
oxygen
food
in
belly.
all your cells. What was that?
I feel like I got a food belly when I do that.
That's all right. Feed all the cells. Any part of your body that has tension, take some beautiful oxygen there. And you could even tap on that part of your body. Is it your heart? Is it your back? Is it your maybe your chest or your neck? And as you do that, take a moment to just maybe wiggle your neck a little bit. And as you move your neck around, inhale, bring breath, bring wellness into your body as you inhale. And then you stop, exhale, and then you go the opposite direction and release. This could take 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Take the time you need. I invite you to every day that you're going through the process of building your career, building your success, to take moments to feel how you're feeling because you know when you feel like you're overwhelmed or you're doing too much. Take 10 seconds for yourself, for your wellness, and just, and that makes a
Okay.
whole lot of difference. You feel the recharge, you feel the reset.
Yeah.
Some of us may need to do it a few times because, we've been going at this a lot. If you're doing a sitting position with your job or your career, take a moment and stretch your hands, crack your fingers.
I do that
All
too
this
often.
helps to bring wellness into your body. Stretch your back, especially,
I want to hit stuff.
especially if you're at that age where your bones are starting to crack a lot. Be kind to your body and stretch it a little bit. Put on some music if you have to.
Why you gotta call out all
Breathe
the
and dance
geriatric
with your
people?
music. Take care of you, darling. You deserve it. You
That's true.
deserve it.
Yes, thank you for that. Because that's one of the things that I have to say that me personally, I don't take time out to actually breathe and just hone in the environment. Um,
Mhm.
Especially like at the end of the day or right before bed. Like what time of day should somebody do this?
As often as you could. It really depends on how you're feeling.
Hmm.
But one thing I always recommend, if you can do breathing before bedtime, like your breath work before bedtime, that's great.
Hmm.
But in addition to that, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about what you should do at bedtime. But in addition to that, as you go through the day, it's good to like do a self check in, like become consciously aware of your feelings, your vibrations. Those are paramount to your wellness and to your success. In my opinion, without wellness, there's no true success. So, what does true success mean to you? Because if you're going to get all these material blessings and whatnot, great. Don't get me wrong. I endorse it all. But your health is paramount to enjoying those material wealth. You don't want to get there and then you're like, you can't enjoy it
Yeah.
because you have a mental collapse or a heart disease or whatever it is. You're not eating well, you're not giving yourself the right foods and the right drinks to keep you going in high vibration.
Mm. S-
So, I'm sorry, go
No,
ahead.
no, no. Go for it. Keep going.
So, whenever you feel that, first you have to become consciously aware of how you're feeling as you go throughout your day. Take moments to breathe throughout the day. Now, bedtime to me is crucial because guess what? Let's
What?
say you don't breathe throughout the day on purpose. Conscious
Mm.
breaths I'm talking about. Of course, you're breathing because you're
Right,
alive.
right.
But when you get to bedtime,
Hmm.
you want to take a moment and kind of reflect on your day and release everything. Things that you need to get done tomorrow, things that you didn't get done today, things that make you feel anxious or overwhelmed, or even things that you're excited or happy about. Release it. Why? Because it robs you of your peace to just go to sleep in a beautiful environment that's just stress free and relax and just in that vibration of good REM, deep sleep. Breathe, release it. And you can even do some affirmations with that. What I didn't get done today, it's okay. I did what I could, and now it's time for me to rest and reset my body, my mind, my spirit.
Yes.
It will not do me any good if I keep going and thinking about these things. The best thing I can do for myself, rest, reset. Tomorrow, I like that background.
I know, but I put it in the
Tomorrow,
wrong spot.
okay. Tomorrow, I'll do what I can. But for now, I will rest.
Yeah. So, and I want to thank you for giving us that because we coming up on the 15-minute mark. I just want to do like a small little trivia. I like to do money trivia from time to time. So let's see how the audience can do today. And while I'm putting up this trivia, for those of you who actually want to have a conversation and join in this conversation, please go ahead on and give me a call at 833-699-2558 uh, to get on this live call with us anytime. So while we do that, let's go on and get to this trivia. Alrighty. So the question was, what part of the home buying process do most home buyers find challenging? And let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments. I didn't expect you to really participate, but we'll see.
I'm like, wait a minute. Where did the
Right, right.
question go?
So I do have the answer. Let's go on and play the answer. See what they see if you got yourself if you got it right. All right. So the most challenging thing about actually buying a home is actually finding the right home. And I'm not sure about you, Charlene, but when it's come to finding the right home, it's so much work to do. Oh
Yep.
man.
I was actually thinking that too. I wasn't sure if I was right, but that's what I was thinking because for me, I can't tell you how many homes we've looked at. It was, oh my God, it was always something that wasn't perfect. I come to the conclusion that I'm just going to build my own custom home when
Hmm.
I become of that capacity to do that. That's just like, you eventually pick one, but you feel like, okay, but it could be better or
It could be
something.
better, right? It's all, but then you think about it like, oh, our houses like people where they have their own personality, and it's like, you know what? It works. It kind of works. It might not look like it works immediately, but when you in there, you're like, I could see this. I
Yeah,
can really
yeah,
see
you
this.
kind of make it work. You put yourself in that same vibration as the house. Like, you
Mm,
know what? I can see that. I can see that. And you start just accepting it.
yeah. And that's how you got to do it. And keep life a little easy. So I
Yeah.
do want to get a shout out to all the folks that are here. Let's see who we have in the comments. Let's see, like this is early on. It looked like people were just showing love for you, Charlene.
Yeah, because
Uh,
in my live earlier, I
mm,
posted. I was like, oh, come on over. And even if you can't make it live, put it in your thing, leave a comment, show some
mhm.
love.
Yeah, because we got Chakra Art leaving love. Let's see, One Live Renovation, One Love. I'm sorry. We got J Cool. We have Infinite Wellness and
Oh, that's
Coaching.
my company. That's me.
Oh, that was it. Because your logo, I didn't even. I'm so sorry. Yes,
That's okay.
because you usually have the lighter background. That's what I was looking for.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. We got Slim Jim.
Slim.
Right. Said the most supporting. Uh, They said "What's Good" by K Plus
Hey,
Gaming,
plus.
and then we got Compongo. Look
Hey,
like
hey, hey.
right
It's
coming
morning
through.
over there. That's family from the Philippines. Hey,
Mm. Okay, and this is Sierra. She's always supporting the show. Uh,
Sierra.
let's see, K Plus. Thank you for the good advice. And then hello from Wellness with Frugal
Wellness with
Mama.
Frugal Mama.
And then King K. All right.
Hey, hey.
And my mom. She always in there. Awesome.
Aw,
Yeah.
blessings. My mommy don't come through like that, and even if she does, you don't see her in the chat because I don't think she knows how to chat.
We ain't
Oh
gonna
my
call out your
god.
mom like that. Okay. Well, we already talked about technology, and we're gonna get it right though. We go get it right. One person at a time. One person at a
There we
time.
go.
Right. So, because my show, again, for those of you who just joined and actually want to join in this conversation, you can join in via phone call. So you can call in at any time at 833-699-2558. We'll have you up on live. I just got my phone hooked up and we're good to go. So, while that is going on, so tell us a little bit more about you, Charlene, because I hear about like people talk about you and stuff like that. That's
Oh,
nice.
really? What they saying about me?
What
Let me hear. Let me find
what
out. What are they saying about Charlene
they
here?
say, they say, they saying like you're the best. Like everybody's just saying like they agree with what you got going on. They support you and everything that you do. Um, but what about you? Like, what makes you tick and about life? Why do you do what you do?
Well, I do what I do because I come from a space of, family background where there's love, there's support, there's hardship, there's struggle sometimes. And I see things from a perspective that's different than most of my family. And just like you were saying earlier, that really touched me. Like sometimes you're the first to see things a certain way and the first to try to act on it. And that's not always an easy role to take on, but you understand where you're going. You understand why you must stand in that gap or in that position and do what you need to do. Like suddenly you become like the Jesus, for the lack of a better term. But you know what I'm saying? That person that will make the sacrifice to bring about the change that you see as necessary for the generations to come. I just feel like I'm on this planet here to bring a vibration of peace, of togetherness, oneness, wellness, like total wellness, not just in the body, but in the mind, and of us really seeing ourselves as one and becoming consciously aware of the things that we're putting in our body and in our mind and how we're treating ourselves, how we're treating each other. Because I feel like all these things can lead us to a better world, a world where there's unity, there's peace, and I know this might sound fairy tale-ish, but this is my truth. A world where we can really work together, uplift each other instead of competing against each other to tear each other down. We're collaborating like right now.
Mm-hmm.
And we're sharing knowledge with each other. Like for instance, I don't want to say weakness, but my strength may not be tech, but you might be awesome at tech, and I'm great with wellness. And we can exchange and help each other. Like you have some knowledge, I have some knowledge, and we help each other because let's face it, we can't be good at everything.
Right.
But there's those things that we're good at that we love and enjoy doing. And I just really want to focus on what I love doing and be the Oprah or whatever and just sit on my show, share
Right.
my knowledge, and have people do all the tech stuff. So I don't
Right.
have to look stupid trying to do tech and teach wellness.
Yeah. I
So,
totally get it because it's like how do we continue on to live our lives by doing the things that we love? Because sometimes the things that we love does not pay the bills.
and
But
that,
yeah, let's be
that
honest with that part. Yeah.
yeah, that is true. And I don't disagree. And sometimes it takes a while before doing what you love starts to pay the bills. So, wisdom would say, do something, do what you got to do, use
Hmm.
what you have to get what you would love.
Yeah.
So don't make excuses like, "All right, I like art, so I'm going to do art, but it's not bringing in any money," and you're just stuck there. Figure out where the money is coming from, tap into that, and it's okay. You can do more than one thing. Listen, you can walk and chew gum, right?
Yeah.
So do what's bringing in the cash as you do what you love and you build that to a state that's going to bring in cash for you. And
Hmm.
as you may, well, no, you know, more than one sources of income is a must.
Yeah.
We can't just sit and depend on a 9 to 5. I'm telling you, that's stressful. So do what you love, but
Yeah.
at the same time, if it's not generating the cash in the meantime, do
Hmm.
something else that will help you to build income. On my channel, that's something that I do. I like to share different ways to earn income.
Yeah.
It may start off small, but it's better than zero.
Yeah.
Start, see the vision, and keep working at it. That's
So,
my take on that.
so with that, was there like a book that actually like impact you the most that got you to think a little bit differently or to kind of keep going?
Yeah, two books actually. Think and Grow Rich by
Mm.
Napoleon Hill. Many of you may know that book. I feel like it's like the Bible of
Yes.
success. Yeah, like if you're on that path of success, I feel like Think and Grow Rich is a must read. Like it brings, and if you're like a biblical person, you might love it as well because it breaks down different parts of the Bible and how we could incorporate that into our success journey. You see, this thing with success is not just the physical, it's really mental, spiritual. And if you could really understand that and tap into it, that's it.
Yeah.
You're there. You got to see it and feel it and vibrate it. And yes, you got to put in the work. Don't get me wrong, there's some people who, like those gurus and whatnot, they can just meditate and bring stuff to them. But if you're not there yet, get out there and
Yeah.
do the work.
And
You
I like
know,
that you use the word yet because you can get there.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. And each step of the way, and this is something I had learned from Vern because I like to think big and
Right.
the little steps that you take, they matter.
Hmm.
Celebrate each win, each victory, even if you don't feel like, oh, I'm there, I'm not there yet. Listen, celebrate it because as you age, you begin to realize, oh my God, 10 years ago was really great. But 10 years ago, what were you doing? You were thinking about 10 years in the future or however forward in the future, like, oh, I want to get out of this position. Every situation that you're going through is there to help you to grow, is there to teach you. So anchor yourself in that situation, learn what you need to learn from it, and stop just projecting to the future or thinking about the past. No, get in the present. And this is a trap for many of us. We're so focused on building that future or regretting the past or whatever with the past that we're not being mindful of the now, being grateful of the now. Listen, man, I know it's rough sometimes, but we all got something we can be grateful for. And I'm telling you, when you amped up that energy of gratitude, I don't care how down you're feeling, throw on some music, put your hands up and like, hey, I'm alive. I'm alive. I can breathe. Whatever it is, I can dance, I can move. I'm grateful.
Yeah.
If you feel a lack energy or a lack mindset, and this happens to many of us, especially given our condition in our background, look out in nature, look at the sand, air. Do you ever feel fearful that when you breathe, there's no air left? No,
No.
abundance. So that simple lesson right there should help you feel abundant. Can you count the hair on your head for those people that are not bald?
Right.
Can you count the hair on your head?
I love that one. That was great.
The pore on your skin, the pores on your skin. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
We are abundant. The universe is vast. And if you could tap into that energy and to anchor yourself there, and I know sometimes, especially when you're like on the borderline of your success or that breakthrough point where everything is about to change for you in a dynamic way. Sometimes we get a little shaky, and that's when we got to ground ourselves. And breath work, I'm telling you, it can help you. Ground yourself, stay present, hold on to that vibration of wealth. Believe and know. As you believe, so it is. Whatever you ask, believe in, that you shall receive. Do you really believe in your dream? Do you really believe that you can receive that thing that you see? Because a lot of us, we see the vision. But do we really believe it? Do we really feel it? Or deep down inside of us, deep down, we feel it and we know it. So I invite you to bring that energy forward, that knowing, above all, knowing that this is what it is.
Mhm.
Speak that word. I'm sorry if I'm going on a tangent here,
Oh,
but
no, you're good.
I speak with my flow. So speak life into your existence. It don't matter what your situation look like. You got to speak prosperity into your life. Because guess what? Words are vibration, and vibrations bring feelings. It brings the energy. The universe doesn't give you what you ask for, it gives you what you are. So if you're abundant, and I'm talking good abundance because it could be an abundance of misery.
Yes.
We're not talking misery. We're talking abundant wealth, true wealth. So if you begin to vibrate that and feel it and truly believe it, and this sounds fairy tale-ish, I know, but I am a testimony of things just coming through for me at the right time. So sometimes we just got to be patient, plant your seeds, and trust the process. Say, Most High, whatever you call the ether or the source, I know you got me. Don't lose faith. And I know sometimes we shake a little bit because things look shaky. And there's that saying, and ladies and gentlemen, I'm not a religious person, but if I see wisdom in words, I use it. So there's a saying that says, with Christ in our vessel, we can smile at the storm. And I break that down to mean it doesn't matter what is going on around me, I maintain my faith, I maintain my peace, and I know all is well. If you know the story of Jesus in the boat, and it was rocking and there was a storm and he was sleeping, like, I'm good, I'm not worried about anything.
Hmm.
So must you live through your storms and learn. Every storm is there to teach you something. And I know it's rough, but when things are about to change in your life, sometimes it can get really rough. You might lose people, you might lose a job, but begin to open up yourself and say, thank you, universe, for clearing the path for me. Now I don't have to deal with this person calling me and stressing me out with their problems. I'm free to focus on what I need to focus on. Okay, so I don't have a job anymore. Maybe I could get some unemployment as I work on my business or whatever it is. See the benefit in each situation, see the positive in each situation.
Yes. We still gotta get to your second book, though.
Right. So the second one, oh my
Yes.
gosh. And I always recommend this one to people as well.
Okay.
The obstacle is the way, and it kind of ties into the stuff that I was saying about going through a storm. The obstacle is a way. And in that book, I can't remember if it was Robert Greene. I can't remember the author exactly, but
Ryan Holiday.
Ryan Holiday. Wow, really?
Mm.
Why didn't that name pop in my mind? Maybe I'm a Robert Greene fan, but either way, it's like, did you read that book?
No, I actually looked it up as you said it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
In that book, it's like different situations about different people who were facing different obstacles, and they chose to use that obstacle to pave the way to change their life and the dynamics of their family. It really is a book that can encourage you and open up your mind to seeing situations from different perspectives. And I always encourage us in this community to choose to see things from different perspectives because it would just help you to not just get bogged down with the negative side of things. Yes, everything has different sides to it. And we must acknowledge the negative. Let's be real about it.
Yeah.
The negatives are there to teach us something. Those little thoughts that come to our mind is there to teach us something. Don't ignore it. Don't just try to shut it down with affirmations, but reason with those negative self-talk. Why am I having this? Why is this coming up for me? And it some of us, it might take us back to childhood when someone said something to you and it messed with your confidence. Some of us need to work on that confidence so that we can fully believe in ourselves and our mission on this planet. And don't take that lightly. Your mission, your purpose is paramount. We're all important. We're all a part of this change, this dynamic that must happen for the human race to evolve. And I believe that love is the way to get us all working in a synergy that's really uplifting, something that will raise the vibration of beings around the planet. And if you look at astrology and all that, you would understand some of the things that I'm saying in regards to raising the vibration and how the astrology is lining up with people becoming more enlightened and people seeking to be more spiritual, people receiving more understanding and just, phew, we're in
Yeah.
the age of Aquarius, information, change, rapid change. So that past self that you may have considered a loser or not good enough or whatever, create your new story. What is the new story that you're creating? Like I just talked about this a couple of weeks ago, I think. Create the best possible story.
Yeah.
Stop putting a limit on things like, oh, maybe I could have this or that. Why not both? If
Yeah.
you serve an abundant universe or you're an abundant person, why not both? Like just use wisdom in your situations because I know sometimes it can get tricky. It can get tricky. But use wisdom and stay on that flow of abundance. I know this is possible for me. Anthony did it, so can I. Because the
Yeah.
same energy that flows through him flows through me equally. We all have access to the same flow of abundance. So we got to encourage each other to get there.
Yeah.
Forget about jealousy, man. It's a real emotion and we must honor it. But, and I'm sorry, I'm going off in a little different direction, but I feel called to talk about jealousy. Jealousy can destroy you if you let it, but it can also build you if you look at it from a perspective of, okay, why am I jealous? I'm jealous of Anthony's hair because maybe I would love some hair like that. It looks cool. And that's really all it is. It's something that
Not
you
cool.
admire
Okay.
and you would love for yourself. But you don't have to be jealous of his hair. Maybe grow your own hair, use some castor oil or whatever. And I know that's a silly example, but the point
I
is
get you. Yeah.
jealousy is an energy of admiration. You admire what that person have, but it's coming out in a negative way because you have not channeled the energy of the emotion of jealousy in a way that can benefit you and that person. There's no need to be jealous. There's enough for all of us. Maybe not here, but that prosperity or whatever it is you are seeking in your life.
Yes. And thank you for bringing that up. And because as we go through our journey to be successful, sometimes it's just easier to keep the blinders on and keep moving forward, and not looking at the others. Because when you stay in your own lane, there's no traffic. And it's just life is just so much easier. So, with that, you mentioned those two books. One of the books I would do want to give away. So out of the two books, I'm gonna give away the book called The Obstacle is the Way, since you highly recommend that one. Let me
Yay.
go ahead on and share my screen so people can actually see what that looked like. So if you guys want to get the book itself, go ahead on and type in heal, hashtag HEAL. If you want to get inside this drawing. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna figure out how to share the screen. We're gonna get there though. We're gonna get
Oh my
there. There we
gosh.
go.
I was about to say, wait, he's having tech problems?
Oh my god. No, because I didn't want to look like I'm looking away from the screen because I'm so used to doing this on,
I do it all the
with
time.
you
I
guys.
try,
Yeah,
but I do.
right. So while people typing in heal, I'm gonna just kind of zoom in on this so people can get a view of what the book look like. So the book is called The Obstacle is the Way, the timeless art of turning trials into triumph. And one of the things about um when it comes to business is that we always feel like we're in competition when we sometimes the other person don't even know that you exist majority of the time. So having that to understand that part is like nobody really cares. Like if you can go outside and see somebody walking around in their drawers and people will just walk by with their camera phone on, but that's it. It's like they won't tell you like, "Hey, bro, put some drawers on," or "Here's a towel," or "Here some clothes to put something on." People will just keep walking. So please, yeah. So if you guys are in, go ahead on and type in hashtag heal. I can't have just one person apply. Put in for the. I had to have more people to do the drawing.
Oh, but it needs to be in your chat. Let me see if
Oh,
I.
long as they in your chat as well, because on your
Oh,
YouTube
okay.
channel, like I could still see it. So I'm gonna share another screen so that it can show how many people we get, so everybody can get it. There we go. And so you can see live on how many people coming in. So if you guys want to get inside this drawing, please make sure you do that. I'm gonna put some little hold music on while y'all get settled. Um, but beyond that, we talked about healing process. We talked about let's see if uh,
Oh, I heard that string. Ooh.
yeah, I'll do this song right here. It's for hold music while people figuring out if they want to be inside this drawing. Go to so they can type in heal. Just type in hashtag heal to get in to this particular drawing. So with
And this
all
is
of
just YouTube, right?
they could do YouTube, Facebook,
Oh,
um,
you're live on Facebook too. Hi,
yeah,
Facebook.
and I'm also live on X as well. So
Oh, I don't know what that is. Hi, Al.
oh, for Twitter, not your,
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
like I don't know
Take that
what
back. Y'all did not hear that, okay?
what kind of X is that? Oh my gosh. All right. So can't it seemed like a can't do a drawing with just one person. So if you guys are listening or if y'all watching TV right now, just go on to your phones or something like that. To go ahead on and just type in your hashtag and get back to whichever way you're watching. So with that, as we coming up, I think we got a few moments to talk about a few things. So what is exciting you so far in life?
Gosh, I'm excited by many things. Like, it's crazy. Well, it might sound crazy, but just being a mother, like
Mm.
every day, that's a whole new experience because you just never know what these children might come with. And it teaches me so much. Like, I really honor and appreciate the experience. And sometimes, like, that particular experience to me is the most challenging as well because, like, I'm able to stay through almost anything. But when it
Mhm.
comes to my children, it's like, where is this balanced person? And I had to have a conversation with my littlest one today. He's 5, and he thinks he's the boss or something. So I had to have this conversation. Like, listen, it's not going to go like this because what you're doing, and I know this is, I've given my power away. And for those of you that have the same kind of experience, it doesn't have to be with children. You have to recognize when you're giving your power away to situations. Like, for instance, if we're doing our morning walk, sometimes he would get far away from me. And I've spoken to him before about, okay, you have to be like not too far away. I don't need to shout for you to hear me. And when I say come back to me, come back to me. I don't want to see you going the opposite ways. And when he does stuff like that, I feel like I lose my power because now I'm like, oh my God, like what if he runs in this direction, or if there's, I'm not close enough to protect him. And I'm like, nope, I have to regain my power. I cannot, because we can't control everything, right?
Right.
Even your children, you cannot control them. You're not there to control, you're just there to guide. So I have to like really tap into myself and figure out the way to regain my power and not stress and worry about the things that he's going to do. So I have to find a way to master it, and just different challenges that come up. So at the same time, it's exciting for me because it's teaching me self mastery and self empowerment. So whatever situation might come, I know how to grab myself back, recognize it, and do what I need to do to not get frazzled and all bent out of shape and upset so that I can be within my, because I love being, cool Charlene, fun Charlene. Like,
Right.
I
That's
don't
who
want
you
to
are,
be
the
that
cool
worried
Charlie,
boring.
right?
Yeah.
So I used to be a teacher. So for those of
Me
you who didn't
too.
know, so this book right here was highly recommended to me as a teacher because I was teaching first grade, third grade, seventh and eighth grade. But this book right here, I even use this for adults as well, since also,
Wow.
and it works. in a sense of it's not so much. You can actually get this book also through your library. If you have a library card, you can get the audiobook for it. The book is called How to Talk So Kids Will Listen and Listen So Kids Will Talk. And the reason why I really like this book is that because adults are just big kids, like we all
True.
like the same thing. So they were saying is that in the essence of where you said like, hey, don't do this, they were saying instead of saying don't, just tell them exactly what you want them to do. Obviously, not all kids going to listen, but the book does go through like a full checklist of what to say, when, or what not to say, or just kind of word things a little differently so that the kids will actually listen to you, and how you can be there as a parent to be vulnerable to actually listen to what the
Hmm.
kids have to say. And I've found it to be very helpful in so many aspects. And if it's okay, I can give this book to you since there's nobody in this chat trying to get this free book. So I will give this to you as a gift for being a guest on the show. Uh,
Well, thank you. Well,
yes,
thank
you're
you.
most welcome.
Yeah, I
Um,
think this is a good recommendation. Like, I do listen to them because I know what it feels like as a child, not for people to listen to you and take you for granted. So I definitely am good with that, like hearing them. I mean, not 100% of the time, but yeah, I welcome this. Thank you. Good
oh,
recommendation.
most welcome. All right. So, oh, I love to ask this question, which is, what was your worst money mistake?
I'm gonna have to think about that one. My worst money mistake. Probably the savings account with little or no interest rate,
Oh,
putting my money in there. Listen, 2020 brought like a whole different vibration to me. Like it helped me to change. Like I always thought about investing and all that kind of stuff, but never did it. But when 2020 came, I found a time to educate myself on investing. I listen, I had to get up like 3 in the morning or whatever to learn about investing from one of the best, because he's all the way in the other side of the planet. I think it was like a 3 days course or 5 days, I can't remember, but 3 in the morning till 12. And I did it and I don't regret it. I started my journey of investing and I recognized the power of a penny or even less than a penny. I never really understood that those can really add up. And I'm going to tell you this because I invested in that. What's the coin called? Dogecoin?
oh, the Dogecoin, yeah,
I don't
with the
think
little
that's the
doggy
one.
on it, with the dog on
No,
it.
there's another one with the dog. Oh my God, I'm forgetting it now. But either way, it was less than a penny. It was less than Dogecoin.
Yeah,
And I just instinctually like invested in it. I maybe put $10 or something. And this thing was less than a penny.
right.
And I was testing and stuff. And before I knew it, I had like maybe 200 or $1,000 or 500. I can't remember how much. I
Yeah,
didn't take the money out. I don't even know what happened to the money. I don't even think I went back to that account. But the point is, I understood compounding. I understood that every penny, less than a penny, is value. There's a
yeah,
space value, and it can really make a difference to your finances. So from then, I am like, I'm not gonna lend money like that, because if I'm lending money, that's me taking away from potential earnings on my money. So if I'm gonna lend you some money, and you don't give it back to me on time, we're gonna have a problem. Like I'm not gonna come at you and no, I'm not that type of person, but
right.
I like people that honor their word. If you say you're gonna pay me back at this time, I expect it back. If you can't do it, let me know. Don't dodge me. Because that's money that could be earned in interest. It could be invested. And I learned to value my money more because I saw the power of pennies or less than a penny. And I just don't take my money for granted no more in that aspect. So I rather put my money in the stock market or whatever investment versus lending someone that I'm not sure
Yeah.
if they're going to pay me back, because I feel like I could be losing money. So, long story short, know where you're putting your money and how it's growing for me.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Because it's a good lesson that got you thinking about money a little differently versus like we said in the beginning, it's like really breaking down the things that are impacting you, that you don't have to say this is the norm, this isn't the way how things have to be.
Mm.
And what you experience also is like crowdfunding. and crowd experience,
Hmm.
because that's the one thing I like about the stock market is like it doesn't move on its own. Somebody has to make a transaction and say, "Hey, this is more valuable than what it currently is. I'm willing to pay the price just to get
Hmm.
that particular product." Because if everybody else pulls out, then the stock could be worth nothing.
Yeah.
And so that's the importance of that's one thing I do learn a lot of lessons inside investing. It's so
Yeah.
great.
And I've learned too from investing that millionaires don't even make a tank, like a drop in the bucket when it comes to the stock market. You
Mhm.
realize how much money is really out there. It's like, who? Okay.
Right.
When you thought this was rich, no, you don't got a clue.
Right.
There's so much money out there. If millionaires are not even able, like when I heard that, like, whoa, millionaires don't, they can't even make the market move.
Mm-mm.
It takes these guys with these numbers and these figures to make the dent and make the difference.
Yep.
That's incredible. In a way that could be discouraging to people that are now starting because you get fearful, like, oh, then what am I doing? I'm just, but educate yourself. It's a gamble. You win some, you lose some. Just expect that. Don't get your emotions involved. That's just a tip if you're going to invest. Do not get emotionally involved. And Warren Buffett, I think, also said that, and it makes sense. You cannot do that
Yeah.
because expect you're going to fail, you're going to win. Have fun with it. Don't play with big money if you don't know what you're doing yet. Use little money to start. That's it.
Yeah. So one of the things that you mentioned earlier was about lending money. I did a whole episode on boundaries, which is but coming out of the boundaries thing, like I don't lend the money. It's more so it's like I know I'm not going to get this money back. So if I'm giving it, I'm giving it. Like
Yeah.
don't have no expectations. And I think I've been happier just by
Yeah.
saying I'm not expecting anything in return. This is my gift to you, and that's why I leave it at. Even though I might not say it's a gift, but it's for me mentally, it's like, hey, this is out of my pocket. If you want to give it back, that's great. Not expecting it. It's a surprise. I know
Yeah.
accidents are surprises as well, but it's like,
No, I hear you. And I'm going to tap into something that I use, a code that I use for myself personally.
mhm,
Years ago, maybe as a teenager or something, I read in the Bible, only lend what you can afford to lose. And I have lived by that wisdom since then.
yeah,
So even if I'm loaning you some money, I know in my mind, okay, I kind of let it go. If you don't give it back to me, no harm done. I can live with it. It's
right,
okay. So I use that same kind of vibration because I'm not going to give you more than I can afford to lose. Because if I can't afford to lose it, I'm not going to do it.
right,
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you're right. You just let it go. I'm like, all right, if they give it back, they give it back.
yeah, and that's it. I mean, that's ultimately it out of everything else, financially. So I'm glad that we hit on so many different aspects today. What is it? I'll give you the last word and then also say where can people find out more about you? Please take it away, Charlene, and thank you.
Okay, so you can find me on social media. Mainly, I am on YouTube. I have two channels, well, two main channels on there. Charlene Heal, where I focus on wellness, mindset, awareness. I'm now doing some gardening on my patio, so I'm sharing that journey. I'm always bringing awareness to the mindset and to things that you can eat to heal naturally, things that will help you feel well. I keep it real. I'm like, hey, you're not always going to feel like having some fruits or whatever. You might not always feel like having a shake. Keep everything in balance. Enjoy the journey we call life. Get loose a little bit. It's okay. Be yourself. I allow myself to come on. If I make mistakes, I make mistakes. I stutter sometimes, I mispronounce words, and I am real about it because I encourage others to just be true to you. Don't wait for everything to be perfect to stand on your platform and to share the knowledge you're here to share or your experience. Just do you, be you. And on my other channel, Conscious Business Services and Opportunities, what I like to do is focus on conscious businesses that are giving back to the community, businesses that care about our planet and the future of our planet, teaching you how to earn income in different ways. As I share some of the things I do as a life insurance agent, as a person that has other businesses as well, and it not all being perfect, but me just working on it, getting it together. As I share my experience, I encourage us to open up multiple sources of income, maybe one at a time. I remind us on this journey of success to breathe, to enjoy the process, celebrate the small wins, celebrate the big wins, connect with people, be mindful, be present, be in the moment, take care of yourself, mind, body, spirit, love on your family, love on your community, live in the now, give what you're here to give, but always reminding you that your wellness is paramount. It does not serve you well to give up your wellness, give up your good health to receive financial blessings. I focus on holistic wealth, all aspects of the wealth pie, your spirituality, your physical health, sound mind, relationship with self, relationship with others, your freedom, time and money freedom, giving you the tools to help you to create a wealthy mindset. I do relaxing streams where you could just come and meditate, interact with people in the chat if you would like to. I do affirmations, different things. And sometimes my family, they're there with me in the background, my little ones. So it's all about just loving and being true to yourself as you experience this life. That's Charlene in a nutshell, with a little bit more sprinkles.
Well, little sprinkles, right? I greatly appreciate it. Now, yeah, because when you talk about the multiple streams and everything like that, because multiple streams doesn't mean that you have to start multiple businesses. It could be the same
Exactly.
thing. And I think that's one of the things that are lost in the
Mm-hmm.
process of communicating of when these gurus or people on the internet keep saying multiple streams of income. It can be a
Yeah,
vertical setup, nice and easy.
exactly.
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought that up because that is so true. And I think I did a stream on that where I talked about, setting up multiple streams of income. It could be like, for instance, YouTube.
Hmm.
You're
You just got
monetized.
monetized. I mean, come on,
Yeah.
like, congrats. Like,
Yay. You getting paid for your ads. You're getting paid for membership if you have it. People may come and super chat you or super thank you. You can have your merch on there. You can have affiliate links. How many streams of income is that already? That was about
five.
five or something.
Yeah.
And that's one business. And you're sitting there doing what you love. People are
Hmm.
not always going to super chat you. It's okay. Not everyone is going to be a member. That's okay. But you're out there doing what you love. And those things eventually start adding up. They're going to start coming in. You haven't begun to scratch the surface yet. Charlene, Anthony, family in the chat, you're growing. So allow yourself to evolve by seeing things from different perspective and choosing the best one for you to
Yeah.
get you to where you need to go.
Awesome. Awesome. Seem like you got some love in here in the chat. Let's see. We got, let's say hi to the chat right quick. We got Rock Chick Beauty. Thank you for
Hey,
coming through.
Sissy, that's UK
Oh,
family.
the UK fan.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I know it's late there. Thank you for coming.
Yeah. So it's like 12 o'clock that time.
Yeah, I think they're 5 hours ahead. Yeah, it's late.
All
Twin
right.
Brook,
And
hey,
so,
hey,
all right. It seemed like those are the two extras that said something since we went live. And I just want to say thank you, everybody. And thank you so much, Charlene, for, sharing your wisdom, sharing your likeness of, how everything is going. You said 2 a.m.
My
Jeez.
goodness, you saw
Wow.
my eyes when I read
Right.
20.
It's like,
Like, girl, what are you doing up at this time?
right. Get some sleep.
That's how I know I'm live. I'm
Uh,
live.
you are. You are. Oh my
Oh
gosh. That
gosh,
is
let me stop.
amazing.
I'm full of myself, by the way, y'all. So
Okay. I don't think I'm ready for that energy. Oh man. So wow, thank you for joining in at 2 a.m. because, My voice will put you to sleep if I had a late night radio show. Um, but yeah, you don't want this kind of voice at night, 2 o'clock.
You have a beautiful voice. It's
Oh,
very jazzy, sultry, suited. It's made for what you do,
oh,
and even
I
more. I'm
greatly
telling you,
appreciate it.
like,
Yeah.
I love your voice.
So everybody, I just want to make sure that you guys are gotten the most value. If you're brand new, I do apologize, but we're coming up to the top of the hour, and I know a lot of us got to get ready to get some sleep for the next day. And I appreciate you all so much for coming through. Charlene, again, if you don't mind, hold on once we end the show. Um, and then everybody, y'all be safe out there. Remember to always invest in self and continue to give yourself grace. Thank you.